so long it's like alchemy.
All right, KD in Detroit. And these pregame rituals have got a bit much, man. Now, you know, what are you doing to the kids? But KD, watch with this huge reverse rip baseline. And I think we're getting about one of these a game from KD, pulling out all the tricks as the go-to guy. Quinn Cook did not get the start with Sean Livingston, but you see Reggie Jackson giving Quinn Cook that work, twirling, finishing in the paint. Reggie Jackson, when he's healthy, is a nice player, man. And then that you got to kind of yield to him, right? Draymond got snuck by the 3 at the half. Detroit goes into the half with the lead. Remember, they're on a 5-game losing streak. Draymond 0 of 5 from downtown, but KD's like, I got you. No worries. But Draymond filled up the stat sheet everywhere else. 6 blocks. And then look at Stanley Johnson. Flat on the face. When you fall, at least fall on your butt. When you fall flat on your face, that shit's embarrassing. Another headsy pull-up 3. Drummond, this time it's in your face, homeboy. Slim like, man, this light work. And fourth quarter, shout out to Clay for challenging the 7'4" Boban at the rim, man. That's a crazy play, but look at the little drop spin move to the baseline. They went to him and D West getting real physical in this one. Detroit starting to believe they can end this 5-game streak. Draymond's like, no, I told you he had 6 blocks on the night. A lot of them were 3-point shots he was running out and getting pieces of. So Durant, at his size, if you want to talk about his elite skill set, look at his dexterity. Look at the way he can lean and contort his body at his size. You just won't see that anywhere. Was that a carry? Tobias Harris? No. Kevin Durant, 5-point swing, blocks the shot, finishes with 2 hands at the other end. A minute 30 left, and you're thinking, okay, they've got this under control, right? They're going to finish this 6-game win streak. Well, they don't have their ball handler. Look at KD get triple teamed, Draymond standing flat-footed turnover. And whenever you turn the ball over like that, you're going to pay dearly for it. Avery Bradley, low release, quick flick, 3-ball. All of a sudden, Detroit, could they steal one here and end that 5-game streak? So it's Reggie Jackson time. Now peep Clay. Look at him give help. The box out, and then he secures the ball. Golden State holds on. As Stan Van Gundy's got to pop an extra Cialis tonight. Pistons, that's 6 losses in a row. All right, so 6-game winning streak on the road. Now, I had mentioned, I think that was my Patreon. I talked about how the first one was kind of a cheap one, right? In Staples Center. It's a road trip, right? But I mean, you're not leaving California. It wasn't all on the East Coast, but there were some impressive wins. The 20-point comeback in New Orleans sticking out, right? And KD, what do you have? 36, 5 blocks. And Draymond had like a throwback game, right? Where he only had 2 points, but he had 6 blocks, 13 assists. And what I love about Draymond is, and this is in part because he's not a shooter, but he doesn't allow his shooting to affect the rest of his game, where you see that with shooters, right? Because I guess that's what they base their basketball identity on, is their shooting. So Draymond, it didn't bother him in the least bit that he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, but he did every other little thing to keep us ahead in this game or keep it close, and then letting KD just pick up the scoring load. Now, he's not going to be able to sustain this, but this may throw his name into the hat for MVP race. If, you know, if Steph is out the remainder of December, I mean, who's playing better than Kevin Durant right now? The scary moment, he rolled the ankle. Anthony Tolliver ran under him from the side, and he de-weighted off of it. So he didn't really roll it, but he started to roll it, and then he just fell. Smooth play, KD, and that would have been disastrous, right? So I don't know. What else? What else about this Detroit team? Andre Drummond. It was interesting. I'm bobbling the mic here. It's distracting me, but you know, Alchemy, I got to keep rolling. Andre Drummond has increased his free throw shooting by 20%. Now, he's not like shooting like, you know, 80% or anything like that. It was really low to begin with, but I thought it was very interesting in what they've done with it. He holds the ball. Basically, he extends his arms all the way out and flicks it with his wrist. And I'm assuming the strategy in that is taking all the moving parts out of the shot, right? Because most guys, right, it's somewhere in here, Lonzo, right, where your shot goes wrong. There's a hitch within this release point. So he's just essentially holding the ball here and flicking it, and it's working for him. So I thought that was interesting. And I honestly was kind of down on Drummond. I didn't think he had reached his potential. He still hasn't, but he's kind of going, I thought he'd be more athletic. He's kind of got that post-Seattle Sean Kemp frame, right, where he's a little husky, man. And, you know, he's getting more skilled, but the body, I think he may have to watch the weight as he starts to move closer to his 30s. He's still still young, but, you know, he's going to have to watch that. He's a big boy. But Detroit's 6th game, I think they're just coming back down to earth. They started off very hot. I think they jumped on teams and surprised some people. But now I think you're going to see them find a middle ground here. They'll still probably be in the playoffs, but they're not going to be a home court team. They're not going to have a top seed. There's only 2 games this week, and I think this win streak can continue. I think that Kobe Bryant jersey retirement night down in Staples, I believe like a week from today or so, is going to be a tough game. The Lakers, they kind of got to win that game, right? They have to. But, I mean, it's not like the Lakers do what they should do anyway. Shout out to them, though, in Philly. That was a fun game. Anyway, hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'm out, y'all.